Hey, you're watching This Brand Geek, and I just finished watching the Apple conference about the iPhone 17 Pro, Pro Max, iPhone 17 Air, the Apple Watch Series 11, SE 3, the Ultra 3, and the Airpods Pro 3. I think that's everything they announced today. Anyways, I've taken lots of notes. I want to give you my opinion on everything that I just saw at this Apple event. I imagine we'll spend most of our time talking about the iPhone 17 Pro and the 17 series that they just announced. And honestly, I don't know what the hell I'm going to do. I've got the 16 Pro Max and I made a video moaning about it just a few days ago. So will I be getting the 17 Pro Max? I have no idea. Let's go through it together and I'll tell you everything that you need to know about the Apple event that just happened like half an hour ago. Let's get into it. Okay, so first things first, let's go straight over to my notes on X. All of these are on X right now with the relevant screenshots. So I'll leave a link to this thread in the video description down below so you can follow along with this video. And every section of the thread has the relevant screenshots to go with it. This video is not scripted, but I will be referring to my notes on screen as you can see. So starting off with the AirPods Pro 3, I have the AirPods Pro 2, which are actually amazing. Honestly, they are brilliant. Anyways, AirPods Pro 3, they finally announced a new version. They have better bass, they have new foam infused air tips, so the active noise cancellation is twice as good as the AirPods Pro 2s, which is insane because ANC on the AirPods Pro 2 is mind-blowingly good. So the fact that these are twice as good is, honestly, it's going to be amazing, and I really can't wait to hear what they sound like or what they don't sound like. They have 4 times more active noise cancellation than the original AirPod Pros, which again is amazing, and they're saying that they have the world's best active noise cancellation of any in-ear earbuds. And I'm gonna believe them on that because AirPods Pro have always been in a league of their own. They also showcase this live translation, so you can talk to someone and it translates their language into your language in real time, and it uses Apple Intelligence on device, so you don't even have to be connected to the internet for this to work. I'm glad that it's on device because that makes a lot of sense. They now have 5 different sizes for ear tips. So they're the best fitting AirPods Pros ever. The last 2 generations, I believe, had 3 different sizes, so now they have 5. They're IP57 rated, and they now have a heart rate sensor right in your ears. So you don't even have to have an Apple Watch on for it to take your heart rate. So you can use Apple Fitness with just your AirPods Pro 3s and they'll take your heart rate, which is pretty amazing if you ask me, but all of this was expected in the leaks, unfortunately. They also say that they've got longer battery life. It used to be 6 hours and now it's 8 hours with active noise cancellation and 10 hours in transparency mode, which is 4 hours longer than AirPods Pro 2. Again, amazing. These are a no-brainer. AirPods Pro are some of the best products that Apple makes. I'll always stand by that. They're absolutely amazing. And honestly, if you haven't got a pair, definitely get these. If you've got AirPods Pro 1s or standard AirPods, definitely get these. They will be amazing. AirPod Pro 2 users like me, not so sure. I'll think about it and I'll let you know. They start at $249. Pre-orders start today and they launch on September the 19th. You'll see a bit of a trend with that one. Anyways, moving along to the next thing that they announced. Apple Watch Series 2, they started this off by showing us like a montage of different people where the Apple Watch has saved their lives. You need to watch that because that was really powerful and it really shows you what this technology can do for saving people's lives. Honestly, it had me choked up a little bit. You got to watch it. Really cool. So anyways, the Apple Watch Series 11 is twice as scratch resistant as the previous generation. It now has 5G cellular. There's new heart health and sleep features, including high blood pressure alerts for hypertension. And again, this will save even more lives. You now get a sleep score depending on your sleep quality, and it now has 24 hours of battery life. So yay for that. This looks really good. It comes in jet black, silver, rose gold, and space gray. And there are also different colors for the titanium version. This starts at $399. I think pre-orders go live today and it launches on September 19th. Moving right along, they have the Apple Watch SE 3. No one really cares about this one, but in case you do care, it's got 5G, the S10 chip, always on display, 18 hours battery life. It finally has fast charging because it shouldn't have had that like 5 years ago, but there you go. It comes in starlight and midnight colors and it starts at $249. Pre-orders go live today and it launches on September 19th. Moving along to the next thing, and of course it's the Apple Watch Ultra 3. It has smaller bezels, which means that it now has the biggest screen ever on an Apple Watch. It has satellite connectivity, so if you're in the middle of freaking nowhere and you have no cell service, then you can connect to a satellite and tell people to come and save you because you're stupid and you went into the middle of nowhere without a sat phone. What the hell are you doing? Seriously. Apparently it comes with 2 years of free SOS. with the satellite. So once that 2 years runs out and you're stranded in the middle of nowhere, tough shit, you're on your own, you're gonna die. It comes in black and natural titanium. And I didn't see what the price is for this. I think it was $799. Pre-orders go live today and it launches on September the 19th, as far as I can remember. Moving right along to the main event, we are on to the iPhone 17. This is the base model. It comes in 5 colors and it has a 6.3-inch display, which is larger than before. And the big news with the iPhone 17 is that it now has ProMotion, which means 120 Hz, and that's an adaptive refresh rate. So when you're not doing anything on the phone, it goes all the way down to 1 Hz. And when you're doing something like scrolling or playing a game, it can go all the way up to 120 Hz. So it's going to be super silky smooth. Nobody can complain about it anymore. The biggest drawback of a base iPhone used to be that it didn't have ProMotion. Now they have ProMotion, so people can quit moaning about it. The screen goes up to 3000 nits peak brightness. It has Ceramic Shield 2, which is 3 times more scratch resistant. It has an always on display, the A19 processor, which is a 3nm processor. It's a huge boost in speed, 8 more hours of video playback compared to the iPhone 16. That's due to the new ProMotion screen, and efficiencies gained with the A19 processor. 10 minutes of charging gives you 8 hours of video playback. It has a 48 megapixel sensor on the main camera and a 12 megapixel 2x telephoto, and it also has a 48 megapixel Fusion ultra wide, which is probably on the main lens. And it now has an action button. I can't remember if the iPhone 16 had the action button. I think it did, but if it didn't, it does now. And another big thing that they updated, which they haven't updated in ages, is they changed the front facing camera to an 18 megapixel sensor. So now instead of 12 megapixels and looking like total butt, it's 18 megapixels. It's a square sensor, so it can do funky stuff like switch from portrait to landscape without you having to turn your phone sideways. And it has something called center stage, so it keeps you in the frame, and when people join in for your selfie, it'll go into like landscape mode and zoom out on its own, so it fits everyone into the frame. This is apparently the best front-facing camera for creators ever. It's the biggest field of view, and again, it's 18 megapixels instead of 12 megapixels. This is a no-brainer. It's absolutely brilliant. I like this. It's a square sensor, and you don't have to mess around by turning your phone sideways for landscape, because it will just do it when you have your phone in portrait. It has fast charging, all-day battery, ceramic shield like I said, A19 processor, action button. It has camera control by the looks of it. I wish they'd get rid of camera control. It's the most useless button slidey thing ever that no one ever uses. The whole thing is stupid. I talked about it at length in my last video, so if you do want to know anything more about camera control and why I don't like it and why I don't like my iPhone 16 Pro Max, then go and watch that video. You'll hear some stuff about my issues with my 16 Pro Max in this video when we get to the Pro models in just a second, because right now we're going on to the iPhone 17 Air. Oh wait, here's the iPhone 17 colors in case you cared. And here is the iPhone 17 Air. I was moaning about it quite a lot, saying who the hell wants a slimmer phone? But now that I've seen it, I kind of get it. This thing is a feat of engineering, and it is pretty amazing. It has one camera lens, it's 5.6 millimeters thin, and it comes in this blue color, which is a polished titanium. It's like a mirror finish, and this blue looks like it's the same blue that they had on the 13 Pro Max, which was one of the best pro colors they ever had on an iPhone. I still want red. We still haven't got red, but we do have orange coming, which you'll see in a second. Anyways, this is the iPhone 17 Air. It's the most durable design ever. It's got a high density battery, 5.6 millimeters thin, 6.5-inch display with 120 Hz ProMotion, 3000 nits, just like the iPhone 17. And again, it has Ceramic Shield 2 on the front and the back, which is 4 times more resistant to cracks. Major components are in the camera bump, because the damn phone is so thin there's nowhere else to put them. Again, it's got a titanium frame. It's more durable than any other iPhone ever. It comes in space black, cloud white, white gold, and sky blue. It has the A19 Pro chip, which is the fastest processor in any smartphone ever. It's got improved energy efficiency, and it has 3 times the peak GPU compute of the A18 Pro from the previous generations of iPhone Pros. It also has an N1 chip, which has Wi-Fi 7, Bluetooth 6, and Thread, and a C1X, which is the successor to the C1, which is twice as fast and uses 30% less energy. So this is the most power efficient iPhone that Apple has ever made. It has a single 48 megapixel Fusion camera with a 2x telephoto. It has dual capture video and center stage, so you can film someone and film yourself at the same time, so you can kind of see your reactions as you're filming something. Some apps have done this. I think Filmic Pro or something used to do this, but now it's native in the native camera app, which is nice. It's eSIM only because of course it is, because where the hell are you going to put a SIM card? This damn thing is so thin. They said it has an all-day battery, but they didn't really go into it. And then they talked about a new Magsafe battery pack, and then they said you can get 40 hours of video playback when the Magsafe battery pack is connected, but they didn't say how much video playback you get without the battery pack connected, so that was kind of sus. They said they're bringing out a bumper case for it, kind of like they did with the iPhone 4 when we had the whole antenna gate thing. So hopefully this doesn't have an antenna issue. I doubt it does, but it's kind of funny to think about it. And it has cases that come with a crossbody strap, and you'll see that the iPhone 17 Pros also have cases with a crossbody strap. I mean, is this Apple's answer to all of the phone jackings in London where people just snatch your phone when you're walking along? I don't know. Again, interesting to think about, and it's a weird thing to do. Anyways, the iPhone 17 Air starts at $999. Pre-orders go live on Friday, and it launches on September the 19th. Here's the iPhone Air again. Honestly, this thing looks pretty amazing. I do want to see it in person, but yeah, very nice. Very nice, Apple. Well done. Hats off. I won't take my hat off because if you see my hair, you will definitely click off this video. Moving right along. Oh, that's a nice cool thing they did. Look at that Air, and the iPhone is the I in the word Air. Apple's really good at this stuff, aren't they? Okay, moving along to the main event. And this is the thing that I am most angry about and happy about, depending on how you look at it. But I'm kind of pissed about this one. Let's get into it. So this is the iPhone 17 Pro and Pro Max. Both of them are exactly the same. The only thing that's different is the screen size and the battery size. One thing that they've done here is that they've ditched titanium for the iPhone 17 Pro series, and they've gone to aluminium, and it's a unibody chassis, and yeah, titanium is gone. It's the biggest battery in any iPhone ever. It's got the A19 Pro, just like the iPhone 17 Air. And now this is why I'm annoyed. It has a new thermal system. It's got a vapor chamber. And the reason I keep on getting new iPhones, and I've got the 16 Pro Max now, and I have the 15 Pro Max and the 14 Pro Max, is because the thermal solutions that they had on all of those phones, including the 16 Pro Max, sucked. So I would keep upgrading, thinking that the thermals will improve on the next version of the phone, because they always said this chip is more efficient, so you'll get less heat, blah, blah, blah. But then every time I upgraded, the phone would overheat, and I'd be angry about it. And so far, the 16 Pro Max has been the worst for me because it overheats all the time. I've actually got an appointment at the Genius Bar at Apple tomorrow. I think there's something wrong with this phone, but we'll see what happens. I doubt they'll replace it because getting a replacement phone from Apple is difficult. Back in the day, you could just walk into an Apple store and walk out with a new phone. But now they seem like they're clamping down on that. So hopefully tomorrow I can get a new phone. But anyways, I digress. Let's get back to talking about the 17 Pro. It has a vapor chamber, which has really annoyed me, because now it looks like this phone actually does solve the issue of overheating, and it's an issue that I have been trying to solve for I don't even know how long. So do I go ahead and get the 17 Pro Max, or do I wait until next year when Apple is bringing out the iPhone Fold? I don't know what to do. I need help. Say something in the comments, say anything, just help me. Anyways, getting back to it. As you can see on the notes here on the right hand side, I have a bit of a panic attack when I saw this, and in capital letters I'm saying, this is what I wanted. It has a vapor chamber, for God's sakes. 20 times greater, 20 times greater thermal conductivity. Not fair, this is all I wanted, because the iPhone 16 Pro Max sucks for thermals. Yeah, you can see it's a bit of a touchy subject. It comes in 3 finishes: refined silver, deep blue, and cosmic orange, which you can see here. I wouldn't go for the silver one. I'd probably go for cosmic orange or deep blue. I like going for stuff that's kind of out there though, so maybe the cosmic orange will be the one I go for. What am I even talking about? I'm not getting it. I'm gonna end up, no I'm not, shut the hell up, I'm not getting it. Anyways, it's got 40% sustained performance because of the vapor chamber that I've wanted forever. Again, it has ceramic shield 2 for the front and the back. It's 4 times more resistant to cracks. It's got an anti-reflective coating like Samsung maybe, because Samsungs you can look at them in the light and then the reflections aren't really as pronounced. So maybe this has that now, which is a really good thing. It's got the best battery life ever, again, an even larger battery in eSIM models, meaning that they have an eSIM only version for the US, and in places like the UK that are still backwards have a SIM version with a slightly smaller battery. Interesting choice, because the iPhone 17 Air is eSIM only, so if you can do it for that one, why couldn't you just do it for the Pro models? I don't know what the hell Apple's doing, let's just get back to it. Best camera system ever, it's got 18 megapixel front center stage camera like I talked about on the iPhone 17 Air and the iPhone 17. All three rear cameras now have a 48 megapixel sensor. About time, because the 5x zoom on the 16 Pro Max sucks. No one's ever going to use it, no one wants to use it, and if you ever do use it, you regret using it. Thank God all of the cameras now have a 48 megapixel sensor. That means that the 5x zoom, or in this case the 4x zoom, which is 100 millimeters, and the 8x zoom, which is 200 millimeters, now has a 48 megapixel sensor. So hopefully the pictures don't suck anymore on those lenses. They say you have 8 Pro lenses in your pocket. That's just Apple speak for we digitally crop into some of those sensors and pretend that it's a new lens. But there are only 3 lenses. Make of that what you will. The quality across the board should be a lot better compared to the 16 Pro Max. Then they went on to talk about video quality. They said iPhones are already the best for video. No other phone comes close. They now have ProRes RAW capture. They had ProRes before, and they have something called Gen Lock, so you can do things like bullet time if you have a bunch of iPhone 17 Pros all strung together in a line, which again is really cool. Then they showed off the tech woven case. No one cares. The woven cases that they replaced the leather cases with really suck. If you want a leather case, maybe go to Ryan London. I made a video about the Ryan London cases. This is also a Ryan London case. You can even get it engraved. The quality of these cases is second to none. They're expensive, and Ryan London has annoyed me a few times, but their products are good and they're handmade, so I do still recommend them. Tell them I sent you. This is not sponsored, they haven't even given me a discount code, but tell them I sent you anyways. And again, they showed off another case which has a strap, like a crossbody strap, so you can wear your phone like a little purse for some reason. Again, I think this is because people keep snatching phones in London. The iPhone 17s are the London editions of phones because crime is rife here and no one seems to be fixing it. But let's not get into that. All of the models start at 256 gigs. The iPhone 17 starts at $799, the 17 Pro starts at $1099, the Pro Max starts at $1199, and the Air starts at $999. These are all dollar amounts. We'll look at the UK pound amounts in a second, hopefully. And you can spec the iPhone 17 Pro Max all the way up to 2 terabytes. You probably do that if you're filming a freaking movie on your phone, but then again, you don't have to because you can have USB Type-C going to an SSD and then film directly to the SSD. So anyone paying the Apple tax to have 2 terabytes on the iPhone 17 Pro obviously has way too much money. And once again, you can pre-order all of these iPhones on Friday and they all launch on September the 19th. What other pictures do we have here? Those are the colors. These are the starting prices for all of the SKUs. The 17 Pro Max starts at $1199, not $1099 like it says here. They all look pretty good. Those are the 3 phones compared to each other. And then real quick, if we go over to the Apple website, we'll take a quick look at what they're saying about the 17 Pro and Pro Max here. Like I said here, unibody enclosure, all made of aluminium or aluminum, but aluminium is the correct way to say it. Come at me. And again, over here you can see the colors. So you've got cosmic orange, deep blue, and silver. I do think cosmic orange looks the best, but again, deep blue might be the way to go. Aluminium, unibody, vapor chamber, I won't go into it again, I've moaned about that enough. Ceramic shield 2, people are hammering outside, what the hell is going on? It's like 8:30 in the evening. Immersive Pro display, our best ever 6.3 inch and 6.9 inch Super Retina XDR displays, brighter, better anti-reflection, Pro Motion up to 120 Hz. Camera control, please get rid of it, Apple, or at least move it further down the phone, because where it is right now makes no sense to anybody and nobody uses it. It just gets in the way and it's more of a hindrance than a feature. The action button is fine, whatever, nobody cares, it's just a button, get over it. 8 times optical quality zoom. That means that it's not optical zoom, it's optical quality, meaning it's probably a 4x zoom and then they punch in digitally, but whatever, they're saying optical quality, so we'll be the judge of that once it's out, or once all of the YouTubers who have probably had this phone for the last 2 weeks upload their videos any minute now. All rear cameras of 48 megapixels, and then you've got some sample images here, so it's 200mm, 100mm, 48, 35, 28, 24, 13, and then macro. Whoa, that's crazy. Honestly, the best macro lens that iPhone's ever had was on 13 Pro Max, because the focus distance, or the minimum focus distance, was really tight on the 13 Pro Max, so you could get right up close and personal with the 13 Pro Max. And then as soon as the 14 Pro Max came out, they ruined it. And now you can't get as close as you used to. Maybe that's been fixed with this phone. Nobody knows. Maybe we'll never know. Here's the 18 megapixel center stage front camera that we talked about. And as you can see here, it adjusts to landscape on its own automatically, so you don't have to turn your phone sideways to fit everyone in. The sensor is square, and here's the dual capture where you can film yourself while you're filming stuff with the rear facing cameras. Everything is stabilized because again the sensor is bigger and it has center stage and it's a square sensor, so it kind of follows you around in the frame, and you can use center stage for video calls. They didn't talk that much about Apple Intelligence. Again, Apple Intelligence is probably the dumbest AI on the planet right now. Hopefully they can get around that and fix it soon so we don't have to be embarrassed using it. And that's about it, I think. Oh, this is them talking about the GPU in the... No, this is them talking about the vapor chamber again. The Apple website is trying to get me triggered. Let's quickly move on from that. All-time high with the battery. It is super long lasting, which is always nice to see. And you can compare it with the 15 Pro Max, but they won't let you compare it to the 16 Pro Max because then it wouldn't look like that much of an upgrade. But anyways, with the 15 Pro Max, it's 20% faster on the CPU, 50% faster on the GPU, 2 hours more video playback, and 8 hours more video playback on the 17 Pro Max, which is crazy. And I think that's all we need to talk about here. Let's have a quick look at their homepage, see if we've missed anything. I don't think you want me to talk about anything else. We can have a quick look at the iPhone Air. I keep calling it the iPhone 17 Air, but they're calling it the iPhone Air with no 17. Yeah, okay, this thing looks really nice. Wow. Okay, yeah, fine. Well done, Apple. This is actually quite nice. Camera control, please just go away. Stop. Just stop with the camera control. It sucks. Yeah, this is great. So, should you get the AirPods Pro 3s? Yes. Should you get the Apple Watch Series 11? If you don't already have one, yes, get it. If you already have one, I don't know, maybe. If you have a really old one, maybe upgrade. Otherwise, I don't think you really need to. The Apple Watch SE, should you get it? Probably not. The Apple Watch Ultra 3, should you get it? If you have the Ultra 1, that's probably still good enough. But if you are the type of person to go into the middle of nowhere without a phone that has satellite connectivity and you only have your watch for some reason because you're a crazy person, then definitely get the Ultra 3. It will save your life. Should you get the iPhone 17? If you have a base model iPhone, then definitely get the 17 if you want to stick to the base model iPhones because it has much better battery life, better cameras, and most importantly, a much better screen with ProMotion. You'll regret not getting it, so go and get it. Should you get the iPhone Air? If you want a slimmer iPhone for some reason, yes, get it. It looks pretty amazing, but you will be compromising on the cameras because it only has one and there's only so much you can do with one sensor. And I guarantee the battery life isn't as good as what they're saying, in my opinion, because they were a bit flaky and a bit sus when they talked about how long you can play videos for, because they just didn't say it and they always say it. And finally, should you get the iPhone 17 Pro or Pro Max? Just because of the vapor chamber, I'm going to say probably, especially if you have something like an iPhone 13 Pro or a 14 Pro, maybe the 15 Pro, 16 Pro, maybe not. But again, I've got the 16 Pro Max and I really want the 17 Pro Max now just because of the vapor chamber. I mean, this shouldn't even be an issue, but it is. So that kind of sucks. I really don't want to get it though, but if I do get it, I'll definitely let you know, because the rumor is that the first foldable iPhone is coming out next year, and I think I'd rather wait for that. But again, I always say I'm not going to get it and then I end up getting it, so who the hell knows what's going to happen. And yeah, this video is meant to be really quick, but I've been filming for 32 minutes, so I need to edit this down really quickly and upload it so all of you people can watch it and I can get like 10 views more than the 11 that I normally get. Yay. Anyways, thank you so much for watching my video. If you liked it and found it informative in any way, please give it a like and do subscribe if you haven't already. I mean it, just please subscribe. For God's sakes, it doesn't cost you anything. Anyways, you've been watching This Brown Geek. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.